Hi, and welcome back to another YouTube video from the Marriage and Family Clinic. My name is Amanda Cummins. I am a therapist here at the clinic, and today I am here to talk about working towards forgiveness in your relationship. So at some point in any relationship, romantic, friendship, family, we are going to have to practice forgiveness. So we all make mistakes, and sometimes in order to let go of some of the things that have happened, forgiveness is the last step. And so I have 5 kind of tips and questions for you to ponder on to work towards forgiveness. And the reason why this is so important, right, is because if we don't practice forgiveness, it can lead to resentment and anger, and eventually that can build up over time, and we don't want to have that build up. We want to try to avoid that. So the first question or tip that I have for you is really asking yourself, what are the things that you are holding on to? So what are the things that maybe you keep coming up in your mind, that keep recycling every time you and your partner have a conflict? What are the things that maybe you've tried to sweep under the rug or suppress, but it just keeps resurfacing? So really identify what are the things that maybe you need to practice forgiveness on to gain a clearer perspective as far as a direction to go. The second question or tip that I have for you is, how are you communicating your hurts to your partner? So we all know that if we come across an attacking way to our partner, they're likely going to respond back with defensiveness, or they're going to attack us right back, right? And so really evaluate how you are communicating your hurts to your partner. Are you communicating from really like an emotional place, from this is what I experienced, this is what my emotional hurt looks like, this is how it's affecting me, these are worries, these are fears that I have? Or are you just pointing the finger and kind of beating them down for what it is that they did? So really evaluate how you are communicating with your partner to make sure that it's in a way that's going to be productive and better received. The third thing is ask yourself what role you played in the part of being hurt, and also like what role you're playing right now by carrying it. What was your part in this? How can you take responsibility for the things that you have control over? It can even be you consciously knowing that you are kind of suppressing certain things or trying to let go of them in a way that's just sweeping it under the rug, opposed to seeking support that you need or taking the self-care that you need. So make sure that you are taking responsibility for your part in this as well. The fourth thing that I have for you is start working towards repair or closure. So instead of focusing on, these are all of the things that I'm upset about, start asking questions like, well, what would closure look like? What would repair from this hurt look like? What would I need to see differently? Or what do we need to keep doing to make it feel like I can eventually get there? So starting to phrase things like that opens the window that forgiveness is a possibility and not something that is unachievable. The last question or tip that I have for you is to work towards forgiving yourself. So as I alluded to earlier, we all play a part, and we have some responsibility for things that have happened or are happening that are making it a struggle to close up certain hurts. And so work towards forgiving yourself in the process too. This goes back to the idea that we all make mistakes, we all screw up sometimes, but we have to practice forgiving ourselves before we can forgive someone else. So again, I'll just run through these real quick. The first one, identify what are the things that you're still carrying, what are the hurts that you're holding on to that you're struggling to let go or have closure on. The second one, how are you communicating about your hurts to your partner, and what would be a better way to communicate so that there can be some understanding and empathy. The third thing is, what role do you play in this process? So how are you seeking the support that you need or the self-care that you need to work towards forgiveness? Additionally, what was your responsibility or your role when the hurt happened? The fourth thing, start working towards repair or closure. Start identifying what it is that you need to see in order to feel like closure or forgiveness is a possibility. And then lastly, work towards forgiving yourself by reminding yourself that we all make mistakes, and we have to forgive ourselves in order to forgive somebody else. I would love to hear your feedback or your insights into what has maybe helped you with forgiveness, or what pieces you feel like are missing. Like I said, this is just the start of the process, definitely not the end. And so let's continue this conversation. Feel free to put those in the comment box below. And until next time, I hope you have a great one. Thank you.